everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Crypto City. This is the season finale of season 6. Pretty amazing to be here and have gone through 6 seasons of Crypto City. Big shout out to all of my team for helping us get to this point. We had a lot of crazy, amazing things happen along the ride, and I'm super excited to be here today and be able to share this with all of you. So, tonight we're going to do a little recap of the different people and that we had on this season, some of the trainings that we did. But before we start that, I just want to point out for those of you who follow cryptocurrency, who might be investing, trading, everything, Bitcoin right now at $105,000 plus. So you know what? All of you who held on and rode out the downside, you're happy right now, aren't you? So be happy, stay invested, hold on as long as you can. Don't pull out just because things go down, because things that go down come back up too. So that's awesome right now. Also want to point out, so Blue, who has been away for the last few weeks, which is not going to be allowed ever again. She is over in Italy still. She's on her way back, but she sent me a message that out there, she was so excited to see that they have Duomo Time Walk, which are augmented reality glasses that they give you to do tours, self-guided tours. So you put the glasses on, you walk around the different areas that you go to, and it talks to you and it gives you a guided tour of the buildings that you are. I don't know exactly which ones she went to that she used it for, but yeah, she got to walk around with augmented reality glasses that you can borrow or rent, I guess. And it told her where she was, the history of the building, all that really cool stuff. So for all of us here who have been so excited that we see this stuff up and coming, it's now out there all around the world. So look for more exciting things to happen as this year progresses. I know we're about to take a hiatus for a couple months, but we will be back in August and there will be a lot to go over. So it's going to be an exciting summer, I think. I think the current economic situation is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to actually push a lot of people to do more with crypto, more in the augmented reality world too, because it's going to be more cost effective to do marketing that way, especially. So without further ado, let's start with going through tonight's slides. So we started off our season with Boo Bangers. Boo, as many of you know, is the creator and host of The Sampler over here in VR chat, which started in Altspace way back when. Boo actually has this show that does seasons of, they pair producers and artists together to do a competition in which they use samples from classic songs and create a new song from it, and they compete against each other. The show usually lasts about 3 weeks. They'll have, the intro week where they tell what the song's going to be, they're going to sample from. They'll have the next week, and they'll pair everybody up. The next week, they'll go ahead and come in with the audio portion of it, and then the last week, they come in with the collaboration with the lyrics, the music together, and it gets voted on by a cast of judges. Pay attention, because next season is about to start not too long from now. And I heard that the audience is now going to be able to have a say in the voting. So pay attention to that. That's going to be really cool to see. Our next guest came on was Suda Q from Indie Tours. She's over in Horizon World mostly, and she basically, took all of our love for world hopping and put it into a little business for herself, where she takes people around weekly and they do different tours. She does adult tours where they go to all these different worlds that are over there, check them out. She's trying to keep the children away just so we can have a nice, enjoyable experience without a little bit of chaos. And she's been doing that for a while with her friend Nick T, and they've taken on DJ Fade Game to help out with music for these tours. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't been, go over there, take a night to go around. You might find some worlds that you haven't seen before. And you know what? She's a lot of fun to go on the tours with. She takes her time to curate a little list before you guys go out there, so she knows where she's going. I've been on a few of them. Some of the really fun ones happen around Halloween time. Keep that in the back of your head, because she'll take you to some really cool spooky worlds. That's just my favorite thing. Then we went on to training because we're still doing a training every month. And this one was with Ryan Everlucent. And, he is just a really dynamic individual, and he's creating a lot of beautiful worlds. He's helping people learn, and he's also does a lot of stuff with skyboxes. So he came on to give us a little training on creating skyboxes. As most of you know, all of our episodes are rebroadcast on YouTube. So if you've missed anything, go check it out there. And also, we put them all in our Discord. So if you're not following our Discord, you should do so. If you go to our Instagram page at CryptoCityVR, you will be able to access the link tree up in the bio, and everything is in there. Our YouTube, our Discord, all our socials, and you'll be able to connect with us there. So if you have any questions or you want to be connected with any of the guests that we talk about tonight, you can always send me a message and I'll connect you. Also, if you want to go back and watch the training episodes so you can learn from them, you can watch them on YouTube or Discord and be able to get it from there. Also, I want to point out that Ryan works across different platforms, and you may be seeing some stuff from him in the not so distant future. Our next guest is Bitcoin Fairy. And it's a little bit confusing by the name because although she's involved with crypto a little bit, she's actually a musician and she's a singer and she's got a great voice. She does a lot of videos in IRL and on Instagram, TikTok. She's doing a bunch of different things. She came on here and shared her journey with us. She's got a few things that she's doing right now, but if you follow her, she has a page called the BitBays, and she will keep you updated with where she is in her career and the things she's doing in the real world as well as over here in VR. Very creative individual, great voice. Follow her if you're not already. Our next guest was Kawan Kempachi, who is actually a New Orleans hip hop artist doing a lot here in the metaverse. Not only has he been in the metaverse for quite some time, he's done a lot of concerts in here, performed in movies. And right now I'm actually working with him on a radio station for Mr. Block Party Radio. We have a show that we're doing there called That Hip Hop Joint, which is also a podcast on YouTube. So very dynamic individual with a big charismatic personality, and he's fun to work with, but he also is kind of a little bit of the life of the party when he's in the room. And if you're not following him, make sure you do, because he actually just started a residency over at Horizon Worlds at Ice House Casino and Lounge, which started this month. So he'll be there on the second Friday of every month. The next episode was with yours truly. We did Back to Basics with CityGirl. I came back on to kind of give a refresher because we have a lot of people that we pick up over the seasons that maybe missed out when we were at the very beginning in talking about the basics of what is a blockchain, what is cryptocurrency and how does it work. So we did a little Back to Basics refresher course. If any of you are new to this that are watching, definitely go back and, watch some of our earlier episodes on YouTube, because at the very beginning of season 1, this was, even though it's only a few years ago, this was all very fresh and people were learning words and terminology that we throw around today like it's been around forever, but it really hasn't. And, if you're newer to the metaverse because you got a Quest for Christmas and you're trying to learn all this stuff, sometimes having a little bit of a basic foundation of terminology and other things will make it a lot easier for you to communicate with people that you need to help you along your journey. So feel free to go back and check out some of that. And then we had our training with Kip. So Kip is the creator of this world here. He's a dynamic content creator, digital creator, world creator, avatar creator. He does a lot in VR. He's been around for a lot of years. We were friends back in alt space. There's a lot that he's doing for the community, including he did a bunch of trainings last year for everyone so that they could learn the basics of Unity and Blender. He's definitely a good resource. He came on and he did a little bit of training on streaming and recording here in VR. Audio challenges are one of the biggest problems that we have in VR. When you're doing presentations like this, if the audio goes out, what do you do? So when you're doing streaming and recording, there are a lot of different settings that you need to know. There's a lot of trial and error. I might come on here and I think I sound perfectly fine. Somebody in the back can't hear me. I don't realize it because this is amplified and I think that everyone can hear me. So there are different settings that you need to do. But if you guys are in here and you're doing events and you want to set up cameras or bots to come in here and do the recordings, go back and check out this episode because he gave us some rundown of basics for OBS and other settings that are in there to help you enhance your audio and get good recordings. Then we brought back some guests from the past. Obviously we're in season 6. We've had a lot of different people on. Last season, Blue had a great idea and she said, why don't we do a Where Are They Now episode and bring back some people and check in with them? It was a great idea. So this season we did it again. We brought back Fiji Bang. We brought back Boss Leo, Gala Giant, and James from Utopia. Did a little touch base with them to see where they are in their VR career right now. Fiji, who runs Trap Street Radio. He is a rap artist and hip hop, and he is doing a lot of stuff over in Horizon Worlds. He's also been in several concerts. He does his own concert series, Trapaganza, and he's really trying to get his feet firmly planted here in the metaverse with his music. Boss Leo is she's just a bunch of different things. Let's see. She's a trainer. She's a content creator. She's a world builder, and she's a huge networker. So she put together the Diamond Resilience, and she put together a bunch of subcommittees within it. And she tries to bring together like-minded people who are trying to do business in the metaverse. And within that little groups that she has, she tries to help people connect with other people to help them grow. So, you might have somebody who's got a business outside, wants to bring it in. She's going to connect them with maybe Jen Smash, who's doing entrepreneur series to help people grow. She's brought together people who our digital creators like Sato Mora, who has actually been on our show, and brought him in here so that he could kind of connect with people to help grow his digital vision. So her aspect in the metaverse is, I really want to bring people together and help everyone grow. And, that's one of the things that is a huge part of the metaverse community. Everybody working together to grow the community, to make this a better experience for everyone, and also to, grow ourselves. Let's learn from each other. No one knows everything. There's always something you can learn from someone else. So let's bring all of the people who are excited and amped up together for these different events so that they can, maybe offer things to each other. She does actually a program called The Exchange where everyone brings one of their assets, whether it's a service, a product, to the table. And there's a trade-off between people. So I might give somebody hosting, somebody else might give me a world that I need. And it's a trade between networking partners. It's a wonderful program she runs. Then we have Gala Giant, who is a host. He's a world creator. He's now doing all types of entertainment over in Horizon. And hopefully he's going to be coming over here into VR chat as well very soon. He's got a comedy show. He has a game show. And now he's got a little bit of an improv variety show. He's just doing a bunch of different things over there. He's a lot of fun. If you are looking for some entertainment during the week, he's got a nightclub called MK Ultra that's a lot of fun on Thursday nights. And then we had James from Utopia VR. So James is building another metaverse platform. So he is actually trying to build another VR chat, another alt space, another world for people to go into, put together businesses, create a city for everyone to get together in. He's been working on it for a couple of years since alt space closed. And he's got a team of dedicated people that he's working with. I will tell you, it's not been an easy journey for him. He's got a lot of things that he's had to overcome. He doesn't give up. He is dedicated to his vision. And whether it's going to take him another 2 months or another 2 years, this man is working very hard to try and make what he sees as the ultimate vision come true. He's trying to build his utopia. So, our next episode, we had Tinker Love 1980, Kip and myself. We came on and we talked about doing events in the metaverse, and we talked about all the different challenges that we have to overcome when we're in here. I talked about audio earlier being a big issue. I talked in that episode about guests not showing up 20 minutes before an episode starts. What do you do when you have a guest supposed to be on and you have to improvise, put together an episode, have an episode in your back pocket ready to go? What happens when your guests show up and they're having audio problems? Or when you come in here and things are glitchy because they've done an update and things aren't working right. So there's a lot of challenges that people who do events in here have to overcome. I see a Tessa out there in the audience. You know, she does a karaoke world. And what happens if you have audio issues in there? You've got a bunch of people standing around waiting to sing, you know, and you need to be thinking quick on your feet, but you also need to remain calm, cool, and collective so people don't leave your world while you're trying to figure it out, you know, and it's not always easy to stay, you know, poised. But there are times where, you know, you might have to just call it a night. And there's other times where you say, no, we're going to figure this out and we're making this happen. So it depends on what you're doing for an event. But in most cases, people here in the metaverse have experienced technical difficulties. They understand, and we work together to overcome them. Our next episode was full body tracking with Velcro, Dominion, Roxy, and our very own Loudfire. You know, this episode, we talked about the technology and the uses of full body tracking, which is when you have full arm movement and leg movement. As you can see, I'm up here, I'm moving around. You can see my head and my hands moving because we have a headset and we have controllers. But my legs pretty much stay still unless I walk forward and backwards. With full body tracking, you have the ability to lift your leg up, move your feet, lie down, do flips, like all different types of things. What would you use this for? Well, in a lot of cases, it's used for dancing or performing. It could be for acting. It can also be for different gameplay. There are certain games where it would be really a benefit if you could crouch down physically and do all these different things. But it's important to know not every system works the same. And it does matter how much space you have within your play area. So some of these full body trackings are nice and small and can go on your wrists and your ankles and you can move around and it's picking up the sensors. Other ones mount on walls and are really extravagant. So you need to sit there and look at what your end game is with these trackers and how much space you really have to give to it. So there's also that. Then we had on Mark's verse from Immersel. And he's basically trying to power VR commerce. And, you know, he's putting together a few programs. He's working with different people to try and help them promote brands and do bigger and better things within the metaverse. I actually found him during DJ Marcus had done the Meta Music Conference earlier this year. And I didn't even know who Mark was. And I saw his flyer up on the wall within the Meta Music Conference. And I was like, listen to what he's doing. I think I need to bring him on the show. Ended up being a great connection. He came on, he talked all about what he's doing. You know, a lot of what he's doing is in real life and the metaverse and meshing the two together. So there's a lot of crossover for many people within the metaverse. A lot of people bringing their businesses from the IRL into the VR. There's a lot of people in VR who are trying to bring this VR world out to their people, their family, their friends, their coworkers to try and get them excited about it and have them come in and join us. So these people who are trying to facilitate IRL to VR cross-platform, these people are essential to the growth of the metaverse. We need to get more people in here. And the only way they find out about it is people promoting it outside of here. The next episode was our training. It was creating a GPT with myself. We went through Chat GPT, did a little dynamic program to create a few little social media GPTs that you could use. Pretty much everyone now has heard of Chat GPT. Most of you have used it, if not all of you. And a lot of us are using it every day for our work, for fun, for cheating instead of using Google. ChatGPT gives you so much better explanations along with examples. There's so much you can do with ChatGPT. So if you're new to it and you want to learn how to use it a little bit more, this is just a basic episode that we did of how to create a simple functional GPT. But when you watch that and you go through and you see what the steps are, you can see how you could change it up, manipulate it, and customize it for what you need. There's also, if you have ChatGPT Plus, there are plenty of GPTs that already exist that other people have already created. And this will help you when you're doing productivity, when you're working, when you're doing pretty much anything. There are things that you can find out in there. People who are building worlds are going into ChatGPT and getting scripting help. All types of technical stuff that you can get in there that is available to people, that you don't have to have a high education with, all types of technical knowledge in your head. I go to ChatGPT all the time with basic stuff that I'm trying to do around my house. This is my project. Help me with it. But if you're doing something where it's consistent and you need social media help, or you need to put together, agendas, any type of logic plans, things like that, you can feed all the information into it and it will spit it out for you to customize the way you want it. It's great. Our next episode actually was very poignant. We brought on Sabrina from CRIISC, CRISC, and Second Life Rich had connected us. She actually works with the Civil Rights Institute in Southern California, and they created this beautiful world over in Horizon. And, it was Black History Month back in February, and they actually created an exact replica of the building that she works at with the demonstration that they had in their exhibit halls. They didn't want to take the exhibit halls down and lose everything that they'd created. So Second Life Rich and Brown Diamond worked hard with her to recreate the entire thing in Horizon so people could walk through and see all of that. It was pretty amazing. So we brought her on so she could talk about it a little bit. And we learned that they loved what Second Life Rich and Brown Diamond did so much that they're actually creating future ones for their additional exhibits that they create throughout the year. So amazing work that they did over there. I'm very proud of Second Life Rich for creating something so meaningful with a lot of history behind it that can be in here forever and everyone can check it out. Such a great program. In April, we had a lot of females on the show. We brought on Ice Cold Stacks, who is the proprietor, creator of Ice House Casino and Lounge over in Horizon. She is really focused on, creating an experience over there. Her casino is very similar to like a Vegas casino, and she has set up a residency there. The one I talked about earlier that Kawana's doing along with Cosmic Kai. There's DL Cadero. A lot of people are over there performing in a residency just like you would do in Vegas. You get your dedicated day every month that you get to go on there for an hour and showcase your work. She's put a lot of thought into this. The look and feel of it is very realistic, very comfortable over there. She promotes it. She's also part of a bunch of people in here that are creating community calendar. They're using Luma. Boss Leo is actually working with her too. They're using a program called Luma so people can have a calendar of the events that are happening here in VR. For those of us, again, that were back in Altspace, we had that built in to the program when you load it in. Here's what's happening tonight. Here's all the different things, and you could scroll through it and pick out different things. Here, it's a little harder sometimes to figure out what's going on. You really only see where your friends are. You don't get to really see other things that are happening. So this calendar is great because everybody has the ability to go in there, upload the information for your events, and then they get published out. You can subscribe to the calendar and it can, you can download it. You can have all the information there. and you can sit there and put all your projects in there. I mean, like we have Tink out here in the audience, and she's got so many different projects that she's involved with. Sisters for Sisters. She's got her own radio show now that's on Monday through Friday at 1 a.m. She's got a bunch of different projects that she's doing in that calendar. I have Crypto City in there and that hip hop joint in there. I did something for my nonprofit, put it in there. Everybody got to see it. It's such a great program. So if you want more information on that, make sure you send me a DM and I'll connect you. If you're doing events and you want to get them in that calendar, let me know and I'll make sure. If you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to send a message either on YouTube or in my DMs and I'll connect you so that you can see what else is going on. Maybe jump in here in the metaverse and check some things out. There's a lot of different types of, it's not all entertainment. A lot of it is business too and trainings. So make sure you get in on that. And then we had Blue Bunny on, and Blue Bunny has been doing content creation for quite a while. I actually didn't even know that about her when I brought her on as a guest. I did a little digging in the past and I was like, oh man, she's created a bunch of different worlds, which is really kind of cool because this is somebody who I'm around all the time in the community. No idea what she did. So it's always nice for me to learn something new about someone. And she's created a couple of games. She's created some nice little worlds and projects. And right now she's helping out over at Sky Song as well. And then we hit our 100th episode. Huge milestone for me. My heart was really full that day to actually hit 100 episodes created here in the metaverse. And I owe huge thanks to my team, to my supporters, and to all of you who watch this show. I mean, I never thought when I started this that I would ever come to 100. I thought I'd do like a few episodes a season or whatever. It would be great. Fell in love with what I was doing and stick with it. And I appreciate that all of you have stuck with us as well. This show, I think, for me, it's been a lot of learning. For the people in the audience, I have had people come to me and say, I've been working on this thing for a long time. The training that happened tonight gave me the answer I was looking for. I've had other people come to me and say, I met somebody in your audience. They're doing exactly what I was looking to partner up on. I've had a lot of people come together within this show. And then I've had a lot of you out in the audience, especially Atessa, who has brought people to me and said, this person would be a great guest on your show. And then I get to meet somebody new, learn what they do, bring them on as a guest. It's been wonderful. So, this has been not just a little pet project for me that I thought it was going to be when it started out. This has become a passion. It's become something that I've really enjoyed, and I'm actually already starting to book people for season 7. So I'm excited for the future of it as well. And then our next training was cybersecurity with CyberShay. CyberShay has been a huge supporter of Crypto City since the very beginning. Very excited to see all the things she has done here in the metaverse and in real life. She's an author. She's a cybersecurity expert at work. She has created worlds. She has done trainings. She's involved with the block. She's done a million different things. We've actually had her on as a guest multiple times because I bring her on, we learn all about what she's doing, and then a few months later, she's already done 10 more things. So I need to bring her on to tell us more about what she's done. She's also part of Iced Out Thursdays with Second Life Rich and Flashy. And, she's just really got her hands in a lot of different things. And it's wonderful to see somebody come into the metaverse and just fully grow within it. She came on and taught us about cybersecurity and some things that you should do to keep yourself safe, some things to watch out for. If you missed that episode, there's definitely some pointers in there that pertain to everyone, not just people who are in here in the metaverse. If you use email, if you use a computer, if you do anything digital, there are always things that can be detrimental to you if you don't know how to protect yourself. So go back and watch that episode too. And then we brought on these incredible creators, Shushu and Nico Lang, who have made some amazing worlds that are really immersive, very well thought out. They're meditative. They're a little bit eccentric. They just have some really beautiful thought behind them. Some of their worlds are worlds that I will go to when I just want to chill out and just enjoy the sounds. They use a lot of sounds that hit you on different levels to awaken different parts of your brain and keep you in a very, peaceful state. The colors that they use, they've actually had some events in there for a lot of different types of things that you wouldn't expect. It's just, they've really put a lot of time, effort, and dedication into the worlds. And when you go in there, they're just never glitchy. I don't know how they were able to create as good as they do without having the glitchiness. But you know what? I don't care. I go there and I enjoy it. It's a wonderful environment. And then last week we had on Major. Major is a host. He's a radio personality. He's done a lot of different things over the years. He's a community builder. He started Metaculture back in VR several years ago. He's done some incredible things within the community, and he's doing more things coming down the pipeline. So, he's an example of someone who came into the metaverse, did a bunch of things, started to burn out a little bit with IRL things, took the mental health break that he needed to do, went out and took care of things back in the real world and said, okay, I'm ready to come back in and fully embrace VR again. You know what? And we talked about this in the episode last week. You cannot spend all of your time in VR. It's wonderful to do amazing things in here. But before VR existed in your life, you had a lot of other things going on, whether it was home, work, family, friends, just taking care of yourself. And that doesn't go away just because you embrace VR and put that as part of your life. The key word is part. It can't be your entire life. You need to make sure you're taking care of yourself, because sometimes you're in here, you make a lot of friends. You might make some people who are not your friends, and that can wear on you. So you do need to take breaks. You need to make sure that you are staying in touch with, the physical world as much as the virtual world. Keep that in mind with everything that you do in here. And then we come to tonight, our season finale. Again, I'm super excited to have all of you here. I'm excited for what comes down the future. I mentioned a couple times in the last few episodes that we're going to be doing a tech event in June. It will be toward the end of June. We're going to have it out in the courtyard, and we're going to bring in some people from the community who just want to talk about what they're doing. We're going to have some people come in and talk about some resources that you can look at that we haven't discussed here on the show. And, it's going to be an opportunity for like-minded people to come in here and share their information, and for people who want to know more to come in and learn. So if any of you out there want to be part of that, please reach out to me. I'll give you a time slot and we'll have you come in here and talk to people. It's going to be one night. And it's going to be a few hours. And, I think it'll be a type of event that will be very fluid with people coming in and out. But we will put together the list of who's speaking and when, and we'll let people know that. We'll put that out there and post it so people can come through and hear what they want to hear from everyone. And so this brings us to the time where I say thank you to my team. I could not do anything without them. I mean, there's so many moving parts that most people don't realize. Blue, who has been with me since the beginning of Crypto City, she's behind the scenes, but doing a lot of different things. She's usually running the slides. She's taking pictures. She's correcting all of my typos on social media. She's harassing me in the back, all types of things. But, I love her dedication to it. I love that she has stayed with me all this time. We have Loudfire, who's our engagement specialist. She's crowd control. She's also the bearer of an amazingly contagious laughter that we need when we're stressed out and when we're trying to get through week after week. So I'm grateful to Loudfire for being part of this as well. She was one of my day one friends way back when in VR, and I'm grateful to have her still beside me. And we have DJ Marcus, who I've worked with on many different things. Grateful to have him as part of Crypto City. He created this incredible camera system that we have to get all these different angles, and then he graciously runs it for us so that we can get these wonderful episodes to put out on YouTube instead of just a static image looking from the front. So thank you to DJ Marcus for that. And of course, Kip, who created this world so that we could have a presence here in VR chat when we needed a new home for the show. So, he has made updates every single time we've gone between seasons, created that amazing courtyard, has helped with updates in the world, and is really a great sounding board when I have ideas that I want to run by him for growth within the VR platforms. And we want to say a thank you to our sponsors. So again, DJ Marcus and Kip for all that they do. And we have Fuchsia, who actually is over here standing in for Blue, taking the pitches while Blue has been on her European journey. And I'm very grateful to her for stepping in and being part of the team for this. But she's also one of our sponsors with the virtual fitness group, which I am also part of. Every single day, she's posting in the group chat, telling people motivational things to get them to work out. She has brought together hundreds, literally, of people in the metaverse, and people who are just got a headset and they're floating around on Facebook and they're like, I need to work out with people. And she's bringing people together. She's got some great workout sessions. If you are working out in the headset, you want to join this group. It's way more fun working out with other people. Trust me. Marcus is in the group too. And one of our philosophies is if he's in the workout with us, all we got to do is beat Marcus. Then we have Boss Leo at the Diamond Resilience that we talked about earlier. We have Venue GPS, who is out there creating an app for your phone. So wherever you are in the world, the different hotspots to go to, restaurants, nightclubs, all of that. And he has incorporated the metaverse into that app. So you can go onto the app and find out who's got shows going on, who's got events going on from anywhere in the world. Then we have Sato Mora, who is a digital creator who made a comic series that was filmed here mostly in VR chat with backgrounds from there. We've got Second Life Rich with Hume AI and Lux VR. Hume AI is a training facility for people in here. He's got weekly classes that he does. Lux VR is part of Iced Out Thursdays that Cybershay is also part of. And he's creating bling for people in here, customized jewelry, avatars, all that type of stuff. Barra Financial, G Deuce, longtime part of our community here at Crypto City. She took her personal accounting financial business and brought it in here and is offering those services to people in the metaverse. She helps with grant writing, tax services, financial credit repair. Amazing stuff she's doing. Cybershay, all the things that she's doing, all the things and more. And then we've got Tinker Love from the Zen Royals, who has Zen Royals, Sisters for Sisters. And again, like I said, now her new radio show. If you're not following her in VR, make sure you're following her on Instagram. She's always putting out content. She does a lot of stuff with mindfulness for mental health as well. So make sure you follow her. All of these people have helped us get where we are right now. The sponsors help us update this world, update the technology, pay for the trainers to come on here to keep this show going, keep it expanding and getting bigger and better. And now, like I said, getting ready for season 7. I do have something special that we're going to do tonight for the people who are here in this world right now. We are going to do a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. Funny story about this. You might be saying, well, why are you doing Amazon? Why wouldn't you do something tech related? Well, I told you I have another show that I do with Kawan, that hip hop joint. And as last season, in season 1, I thought it would be funny to do a little shenanigans behind the scenes. And I said I had a $25 gift card that I was going to give to people if somebody won and they had to listen to the episodes, answer a question, a trivia question. And Kawan and I went back and forth, and he was like, nobody's going to care about that. I said, yes, they are. Whoever wants money. And he was like, nobody's going to care about that. And what happened? Not a single person participated in the contest. And I still got the gift card. So I said, you know what? I'm giving the gift card to my people because they show up. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to put together a quick little raffle wheel. And everyone who's here is going to be on the raffle wheel. Let me bring this up and let me put the names in of who's here. Okay, do I have everyone? I think I have everyone. Okay, let's spin the wheel and see who gets the card. Fuchsia. Congratulations. So, you know what? That works out perfect. Thank you for taking the pitches while Blue was away. Here's your $25 gift card. I will email that to you right after the show. Thank you so much. So, thank you everyone for coming through, and I appreciate you all being part of our show and hope that you will all come back again in season 7. But don't forget, we're going to have the tech event over the summer. So thank you all. Appreciate you. And I won't see you next Monday, but I hope you all have a great summer during our hiatus.